Belly Up Sports presents the 3rd and 10 podcast, your home for all things New York football Giants. Here are your hosts, Nathan Nguyen and Brian Germanaro. Take it away, fellas.
What's going on, guys? Welcome again to the 3rd and 10 podcast, season 3, episode 70 is now live. I'm your host, Nathan Nguyen. As always, happy Tuesday to y'all. The Super Bowl is now set. The last game of the NFL season is upon us. Thankfully, we have a couple of weeks to let it settle that we have one game left before
digest it.
I know it's low-key sad, bro.
Oh, it is sad.
I don't want it to end.
Like, the Super Bowl is always like, it's the biggest event in America. It's great. We all love Super Bowl. But like at the same time, like, it's always sad because you just know it's over. It's the same thing with like the World Series and Stanley Cup. Yeah, I'm excited to watch them, but like, it's gonna be a sadness in about 15 minutes after that is over because it's like, oh, okay, I'm not gonna be able to watch football till September.
I know. It just seemed like it's corny, but it, like as they always say, it just seemed like yesterday that we were in week 1 and we were getting ready to watch Sunday Night Football. Well, not Sunday Night Football, but rather Thursday game first, and then
the Eagles-Cowboys game that ended with started off with players spitting on each other with a thunderstorm.
I know, just it was a wild game. Yeah, that the Eagles ended up winning because of the Eagles. So, at least we didn't see them make it back to the Super Bowl. But there are so many good moments this year, and maybe we'll, before the end of the season, we'll, review or give our top 5 moments of the year. But definitely for us Giants fans, it was good to see the Eagles not be back in the Super Bowl. Sorry, Jared. But
no, I'm not sorry. It was good. I rather enjoyed watching you lose.
Okay. I know. You are a well-known Eagles hater on this show, and there's nothing wrong with it whatsoever, I tell you. But not just that, we saw, the Chiefs not make the Super Bowl. Just the usual contenders not making the.
And then the old contender came back.
Yes. Yeah. Well, we thought that dynasty was dead, and it was dead.
It's not dead.
And then they got themselves a young quarterback from UNC, and in just 2 seasons, they went from a 4-13 team to a Super Bowl contender again. Referring to Drake Maye and the Patriots, if y'all don't know. But Super Bowl is set. They will be taking on the Seattle Seahawks, and we'll review all the conference championship games that occurred on Sunday on this show, and go from there. We'll also talk about the Giants and their recent coaching hires this past weekend. We'll go for each coach and any key information that I was able to find on each of them that were hired. And finally, we'll end the show with some baseball talk once again. And like we did, talked about before, once football season ends, pitchers and catchers report when, my friend?
February 10th to the 14th.
Very soon. So literally once football ends, baseball begins. And I'm very excited for my A's. Of course, I'm not dressed up like I'm an A's fan. I also have a Phillies hat on.
So you've not dressed up like an A's for a while. It's always like Dodgers or Phillies what you're wearing.
It's because I like, for the Phillies, I still like the color, especially the burgundy color in regards to the hat. The Dodgers, obviously favorite color is blue for me. And when I went to the Dodgers game last year, got myself a couple hats, Tawny jersey, because why not? And I don't know. I just like wearing those hats, man. I wear all kinds of hats, so you guys may have seen. Maybe there's only been a couple of occasions where I haven't wore a hat on the show.
I don't wear hats or gear of teams I don't support.
I know, which makes me feel like a fake fan just a little bit. But I mean, I was a Phillies fan back in the day. Oh, not back in the day.
Like 2 years ago. Like 2 years ago.
Yeah, but no longer. Now just a sad A's fan that has to watch this team go from Oakland to Sacramento and then to Vegas in a few years. But at least the stadium looks pretty.
It looks nice. Yeah, looks great.
It does. You know what else looks nice? Is Sam Darnold. And I want to start before we get to the conference championship games. I want to start by talking about him. Look, I think a lot of people argue like, oh, like people argue that their coast is the best, right? Like, oh, West Coast is better than the East Coast, or East Coast is better than the West Coast, all those things. And I'm sure, obviously, you would say the East Coast is better than the West Coast, correct?
It's far superior, yes.
Yeah, and I get that. I would argue West Coast is the best, obviously, not just because I live here in California, but also because we have the beaches, we have nice weather, but unless
We have that on the East Coast too.
yeah, but
we had the beaches and the nice weather over here too.
True. But I don't know. I could argue a bunch of things about California and why the West Coast in general is better than the East Coast, but we'll save that conversation for another day. The main point I want to come across is sometimes you just got to go back to where you grew up to have success again, and that is what you could say about Sam Darnold, because we talk about a guy who was drafted number 3 overall, coming out of from USC, getting drafted by the Jets, and just having a very, very tough career over there in New York to start, right? And this guy was seeing ghosts, and that was all he was known for so many years.
He was more known for the mono thing. I think the mono is what really people was known for.
Get that?
The middle school kissing disease.
God, that's what it is. To this, yeah.
You get it through spit, saliva.
So you know what? Never mind. He's an
NFL. You really wanted to go down that rabbit hole on how the 23-year-old quarterback in New York City got mono?
Just a little bit.
I'm going to guess he was at a club and was kissing some girl that had it.
Yeah, so he was pulling people. Okay, I guess.
He's the quarterback of the New York Jets. He's one of the most popular people in New York City. Yeah, he was
I see you said if Jackson Dart ever gets mono, I will.
No, he's good. He's catching tuna. He's fine.
That's true.
With his girlfriend, he's fine.
I love it. So pure, so cute. She seems really good for him. We finally have our Taylor Swift, just less well known, and
they're not gonna show her during games. Is the problem?
Nope, definitely not. Unless she does something, I don't know, that makes her famous, but I doubt it. She seems like she's not a spotlight girl, which I like, because when they were showing Taylor Swift 5 times a game, it pissed a lot of NFL fans off. So I'm glad that our franchise quarterback doesn't have someone like her. But all the success, of course, wish towards Taylor and Travis Kelce, who should retire.
I hope they're happy, but I'm not wishing them success. They've had plenty.
I know. Talk about multiple.
I hope everything's happy. I hope they raise a nice family together, all that sort of stuff. But just you know what, you guys are good. If you guys could fade out, that'd be
great. Travis, please retire. There's no point in coming back. Seriously,
please, it's sad. It's sad
because
it's watching the athlete you knew was good at one point just not be good anymore.
And not to go too off topic, but he's not gonna, if he comes back, he's not gonna have Mahomes for half a season.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to deal with
Gardner Minshew
or Chris Aludicon or whoever.
It's good. No. They're not running Chris Aludicon out there. No, they're gonna get an experienced vet this offseason to weather the storm until Patrick Mahomes comes back.
I'm just exploring all the possibilities. Hey, but I think they should maybe, actually. Okay, now we might go a little. Now we might be going a little too off topic, but you think they should draft a quarterback, Kansas City?
No, absolutely not.
Even late in the draft, maybe a little dart throw on Carson Beck?
There's no reason for them to draft the quarterback this year. Even if you draft the quarterback Carson Beck, what, you're going to start him out of the gate? That's going to ruin all his confidence and development. The best course of action for them is to sign a veteran quarterback to weather the storm.
Well, Mahomes is 30. He is 30.
So he has at least another 5-7 years in the league, at least.
The Jordan Love treat. Well, there's no guarantee that a Carson Beck or a Nussmeier would be successful in the NFL anyways. So you might as well draft him.
So I'm sitting on the bench for 5 years?
Well, you draft him, you let him play the rookies, as much of the rookie year as possible before Mahomes gets back, and then maybe use him as trade bait. I don't know. It's just a suggestion. It sounds very stupid at this time.
Nate, you're great, but this is horrific. This is terrible. No, the Chiefs are not drafting a quarterback that's a long-term starter. Mahomes has in a decade in this league.
Okay, Carson. Okay, let's pump the brakes just a little bit, because in my opinion, you can correct me if I'm wrong, Carson Beck isn't a long-term NFL star. No, he's not.
No, but
No,
if
he's not.
the way you're talking about it is like, oh, they should draft someone to be the heir apparent to Mahomes. Talking like Mahomes is like you're talking like Mahomes is 37. He's 30.
Yeah, but see what
He's
you
still
got.
in the prime of his career.
Yeah, but you see what you got, and hey, we don't know how Mahomes.
How about you? No, the Chiefs are still want to compete next year. They're going to draft position of need, not this weird lottery ticket quarterback thing.
Hey, I may sound crazy, but you never know. You just never know. If
they draft a quarterback, it's nothing more of death. They'll never see the field.
This may end up like a really bad take, but come see this take next year. If they do draft a quarterback like Beck or Nussmeier, who knows? Anyways, to go back to where I was going with this. As we know, Sam Darnold didn't have success at USC. Went to Carolina, barely had any success, and then things kind of started to turn around. Because it was Minnesota first, right before he went to SF, if I'm not mistaken.
No, it was SF at Minnesota.
SF then Minnesota. Went to SF, was a backup.
It was the third string on SF.
Yes, that's what it was. Went to SF. I think he played a game or two. Didn't look too bad.
Yeah, he came in. Yeah, he came in for a couple games.
Didn't look too bad in SF, right? And then he went to Minnesota, became the starter. Looked really good. Went to a 14-3 season. Made the playoffs, of course. He was one and done, but we saw flashes like, okay, maybe he has something going. Maybe Minnesota does bring him back, right? But there was so much talk with, JJ McCarthy's coming back. They could re-sign Daniel Jones. They didn't, obviously.
The Vikings were between a rock and a hard place. Like they
True.
As much as they might have wanted to bring back Sam Darnold, they couldn't because they invested a top 10 draft pick in McCarthy. They had to play McCarthy. They were forced to.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, they thought he'd be better than what we got from McCarthy, but still.
Yeah. Now, if they could go back in time, they would definitely keep Sam Darnold or Daniel Jones.
Obviously, behind hindsight 2020.
Oh, yeah, of course. But both quarterbacks obviously had a lot of success with their new teams, including Darnold, who went to Seattle after the Minnesota, after his stint in Minnesota, I should say, via trade, as Seattle traded Geno. No.
They traded Geno to the Raiders, and then they signed Sam Darnold.
That's what it was. Thank you for correcting me. And once that trade occurred, I think there's a lot of people who were kind of skeptical about the trade, including myself, because I'm like, okay, trading for Sam Darnold. All right. And he has done nothing but shut all of us doubters up. Not saying you were.
No, I doubted him. I 100% doubted him.
Yeah, because it was kind of a...
Not that I doubted. I was just nervous. I'm like, we've seen quarterbacks all time have one-year wonders, and we saw the flashes at the end of the old Sam Darnold. Like, I don't know if this is going to work out in Seattle.
Yeah, because he had that Week 18 game where he can't. Like, that was a big game for Minnesota because if they won, they would have the number one seed.
It fell apart.
Yeah, it didn't look as good. And in the playoffs, he was one and done. So I'm like, okay, Seattle trading for a guy like that, it may not work out. But at the end of the day, he is in the Super Bowl, which is crazy to say. The first quarterback from the 2018 draft to be in the post Super Bowl. And for those who don't know, the quarterbacks in that 2018 class include, just a few names: Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, etc. But I digress. Baker Mayfield, who's number one overall. But I digress.
You're forgetting about the best one out there.
And who is
Josh
that?
Rosen, the guy who who said there was 9 mistakes ahead of him.
Oh God! I'm gonna admit it to you right now. I swear to God,
I love Josh Rosen. I wanted the Giants to draft him.
I was gonna say the exact same thing. I don't mean to copy you, but literally when he came out of the draft, and after what I saw from him at UCLA, I was like, you know what?
I'm like screw Saquon, draft him. He's the heir apparent to Eli Manning.
Oh yeah.
Maybe if he, because his career was turbulence. Maybe if he gets to sit behind Eli for a year or two, maybe it's different.
Who knows? Yeah,
maybe it's different.
Who knows?
Because he wasn't good at Arizona, but Arizona gave him so fast, and he never truly got another chance to prove himself.
Yeah, he only had 1 year, and sure, he had a bad rookie year, but
Miami was a couple starts. He had a couple of starts here and there, but it's let him. Even in Miami, he had Fitzpatrick breathing down his neck the entire time.
Mm-hmm. Ryan Fitzpatrick, to be exact, for those who don't know.
Yeah.
I think he deserved another shot. I do. I think he had some talent coming out of the Bruins program. But you know what? It is what it is, and he's a Insurance
Is he an
business.
insurance salesman too?
Yeah, just like the what's the other one? What's that one?
Jake Fromm. Jake Fromm's an insurance
Oh,
quarterback.
yay! And that was a quarterback that played for the Giants.
That is
Yes, sir. It
infamous for the
was.
Giants.
You know what? I was excited to see him play because I'm like,
So was I. I love Jake Fromm coming out of college.
Yeah, he came from Georgia, of course, obviously a big football school.
He was just a winner.
Yeah, and then he was the one who ran that quarterback sneak on 39. And so long, Joe Judge. But no, back to Seattle and Sam Darnold. But yeah, Sam Darnold had a lot of success this year, of course, and he has a chance to win a Super Bowl.
He silenced the haters' his performance. 350 yards and 3 touchdowns. Are you kidding me?
Oh
my God.
He was fantastic.
Looked great.
He was
on
fantastic.
Sunday.
Yeah, and that game in general was fantastic.
Oh, fantastic.
We'll start with that game, actually. Might as well.
Because what we're going to talk about in the Patriots-Broncos game, the game sucked, then it started snowing, and it continued to suck.
Snow.
Yeah.
Just snow.
Like, I would talk about, the weather is the reason. Like, are we not going to talk about that it was 7-7 before the snow started?
At least it wasn't 6-7. Yeah, see, Jerry would have sent me in the box already, so
we don't have a box in this show.
There should be a box. But no. NFC Championship game. Seahawks 31, Rams 27. In contrast with the AFC Championship game, this game was an offensive shootout, which I love always. I do not like defensive games. And if you ask me how I felt about that Patriots-Rams Super Bowl from like a few years ago, yeah, I was getting very sleepy watching that game because it was just a bunch of punts back and forth. But thankfully, this game did not contain that whatsoever. Matthew Stafford, first off, he was outstanding. Look, I know the MVP award does not include playoff performances, but if it did, I do think Matthew Stafford deserves it. I think he had an amazing season. In the postseason, he's been on a tear. Drake Maye, not to be a hater. I promise I'm not, because I do want him.
No, May's not been great this postseason. No, you can't watch. He's had moments, but you can't watch him and say he's played MVP level.
You erase the Chargers playoff game. He's been awful in the postseason.
Yeah,
turnover machine, and I hope that changes for the Super Bowl, because if that continues, they're not winning crap. And obviously, you can't go wrong with either candidate to win the MVP award in general.
I can't remember. Did he have a turnover in the AC? I know he had 4 against the Texans, but did he?
I think he had a fumble. I may be mistaken though, so I do apologize for that.
I'm looking into it right now. He didn't have a pick, but he also didn't have 100 yards.
He was a turnover machine in the divisional round.
The Texas game, 100%. I think. Yeah. He was a turnover machine there. He didn't have a turnover on Sunday.
Fumble, not even a fumble that was
not
caused.
Even a fumble.
No?
Didn't even say that. Nope.
So he was just awful, just not turnover worthy.
Just 86 yards of passing and probably like 61 yards rushing.
Yeah, and you all can blame the snow for that. I get it, but still 80 something.
But
yards
half the game there was no snow. Half the game was no snow.
Yeah, so to have 80 yards in a playoff game with not the best performance. But I digress. Stafford though, look, he was fantastic on Sunday, no doubt about it. And honestly, like I said, he deserves the MVP award if they count playoffs, but they don't. So shout out to you, Drake Maye. Congrats on the MVP award once you get it next week. But 374 yards on 22 of 35 passing with 3 touchdowns for Stafford. Sam Darnold, like you mentioned, my friend, 346 and 3 touchdowns himself as well. Puka Nacua, an outstanding receiver once again, and he showed up. Honestly, all the stars showed up on Sunday for that NFC Championship game. Whether it was Darnold, Stafford, Nacua, JSN, who finally had his JSN type of game that we're used to seeing, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
10 catches, 153 yards, and a touchdown as well. Over 800 yards total yards for both teams combined. But what made the difference was Seattle making 5 trips to the red zone and converting 4 of their 5 attempts, compared to LA, who only converted 2 of 3, which is still pretty good. Yeah, it was a great game. It really was. I enjoyed it. The calls were great. Shout out to Kevin Burkhardt and Tom Brady.
Fox just does a way better job at football than CBS does. There's just no fighting it. The music's better. Nance and Romo are hard to listen to, and I like Jim Nance, but
I do. but they may need to find. No, I wouldn't say that's kind of too far to say. I was gonna say he should find a new partner, but at the same
Definitely
time,
a new partner, but like at
they're
the
not
same,
gonna
like I
find
love Jim
anyone.
Nantz. Do not get me wrong, but like Kevin Harlan is more of a football announcer than Jim Nantz is.
Yes, Jim Nantz is more like welcome to the Masters, and he does it. He did, he does.
He did a tremendous job at Final Four. He was great for years.
Yes.
He's had great NFL moments, but like I think Jim Nantz, needs a good partner to help carry him, and Romo just does not do that. Romo's the next one Pops to listen to.
Romo was great because remember that first year, first or second year, he was great, and he's kind of fallen off.
He's just fallen off. He hasn't continued to grow. Where Brady's getting better, and I think only will get better.
Only in the second year too, Brady's getting better. Because I remember that first year, everyone was like criticizing him, but you got to realize, like, hey, it's his first year.
It's not easy to go on the mic. There is a learning curve. They're like people who don't do this don't understand that.
Yeah, and like just the way there's been multiple times.
Like if you listen to our first shows or like my first time doing shows, we sound nervous, we sound jittery, we don't sound like we do now.
1,000%. I remember our first few episodes together. I was like, okay, we're just trying, like we're getting used to each other, figuring
it's the chemistry thing too.
Exactly, yeah. And now we're 3 seasons in, and I would say we're doing a pretty good job together, my friend.
Good. Well, say we were the 3rd show on Belly Up Network. I think we're doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, damn right. And we thank you guys for us, for you guys' support. Otherwise, we wouldn't be in that position, of course.
Exactly.
But in regards to Brady, he's been fantastic. The way he explained, I know this has been a pretty common theme, a common topic on social media, but the way he explained Rashid Shaheed's big catch down the right sideline during the game, that was very interesting to just hear and listen to. Hear and watch, I should say. Just overall, Brady has been outstanding, and he's the GOAT, of course. He's the GOAT quarterback, and he may eventually end up being a GOAT, analyst, I should say. And Kevin Burkhardt is a hell of a guy. But back to the game itself, Kenneth Walker, 62 yards rushing, a touchdown on 19 carries. Of course, without Zach Sharpen, there's not much competition, I guess, to get those carries. And he officially tied Marshawn Lynch's 2013 record for most rushing touchdowns in a single Seahawks postseason with 4. When
you're getting compared to Marshawn Lynch, you're doing something right.
Yeah, doing something right. And of course, that 3-touchdown game a few weeks ago helps, of course. Or last week, I should say, helps. But like he's been fantastic. Nakua had 20 catches in the playoffs total, which tied Isaac Bruce for 4th on the Rams' all-time playoff reception list with 44. It was a back-and-forth game between both teams, but it came down, or a big play was that third quarter muffed punt.
Yes, that was turning point. Because it was kind of back, like, the Seahawks would take like a multiple lead, but it was back and forth until that turnover.
Yeah, that was big. Honestly, like you mentioned, hindsight was 20/20, and I bet Xavier Smith could, go back in time. He would just let it go. But
even you saw him when he was going back in the ball, he looked like he was already losing balance.
Yeah, like he just looked uncomfortable.
Yeah, he his footing's messed up.
Yeah, once you're going backwards and you just feel off, everything's just gonna go bad. And I will say, punt returning is the most. I think. I wouldn't say it's the most dangerous position in football, but it's scary as hell.
Yeah, because you're looking up and just get lit up.
Because at least on the kickoff, right? Of course, with the new kickoff rules, no one moves until you get the ball or the ball lands. With punts, that's still the same. That ball is in the air. You're looking up, and you don't know what is around you.
Yeah, you catch it and just think, oh. Hi.
And nobody's blocking. I still love that scene to this day. Poor Stewie. But yeah, that muffed punt led to that Seattle touchdown from Darnold to Jake Bobo, out of all people, to catch a touchdown. Fun fact, he only had 2 regular season catches before that touchdown catch in the playoffs. So shout out to him for staying ready. And a big drive in that was I believe in that fourth quarter for the Rams, where they drove to Seattle's 12-yard line with 6:29 left in the game, but they didn't score on a critical 4th down. That was the end to a 14-play, 79-yard drive that took 7:24 off the clock. So a time-consuming drive, but they just couldn't convert, which was unfortunate for them and ultimately led to their demise. But yeah, that was obviously the best game on Sunday. And shout out to the Rams, hell of a year. But Seattle moving on to the Super Bowl, man. It's good to see Sam Darnold really get his flowers. And if there's any quarterback that's deserving of a Super Bowl, it's him after what he's gone through throughout his career. Just a lot of ups and downs, a lot of downs more than ups, of course. A
lot of downs.
Yeah, but I'm just glad he found his way back to the West Coast and have success again. So,
Judge's on the cover for MLB The Show. Breaking news. So stupid.
And if I'm not mistaken, he was a cover athlete. What
2018.
Okay, so it has been some time. Me and my best friend Josh were talking about it yesterday, actually.
Okay, this is kind of cool. They got the World Baseball Classic jersey on, and then Judge with the Yankee stuff on. That's not bad.
It's like half and half. It's like half and half, or how?
Well, it's like the main one's him in his Yankee uniform, and over his shoulder you could see him in his Team USA jersey. I don't love it. I think there's other players you could have done to give him a first time shot. Like, I don't know. Scooble, I think, be good.
Was that the reason, like, behind the orange and black colors of the graphic that was released?
I'm gonna guess so.
Yeah. Well, they did say yesterday.
They said it wasn't a first time guy.
Yeah, now is part of you not liking Aaron Judge partly because of your Mets fan?
Oh yeah, obviously.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. But
the rumors was Soto was going to be on the cover. Would love Soto or Lindor,
but he was never. Yeah, he was never on the cover before. So that kind of
exactly.
Once that was announced, that ruled out the possibility of that happening.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping for Barry Bonds to just reveal, a screw you to the Hall of Fame and the writers. But yeah, put the best hitter ever on the cover.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be Ohtani and Judge sharing the cover together, and then having Ohtani in his WBC uniform, Judge in the USA uniform. But they were
that'd been cool.
I was partly cool. Right. But yeah, I may not get MLB 26.
Oh no, I'm gonna get it.
I'll get it like eventually, just not immediately, I should say. I'm looking to get Arc Raiders. I heard that's been a game that's been kind of popular recently, and so I want to try it out for sure. But I digress. Thank you for the update there. I've been wanting to know who's going to be the cover athlete. Honestly, that was
just asked.
Nice, sweet. But yeah, anything in regards to Seattle, LA game that I missed, my friend? Anything?
No, that's pretty much it. Like, just shout out to Seattle for holding on in the end.
Hell of a year, and hopefully it caps off in a Super Bowl win for them. But they'll be taking on the New England Patriots to do so. And
rematch Super Bowl 49, which is arguably one of the best Super Bowls we've ever had. Especially of the 21st century, you could argue it's the best.
Oh yeah. Of course, the infamous not running the ball at the 1 yard line play.
Not running the ball at the 1 yard line.
So I do a pick play that they ran on that. On the 1 yard line.
I've heard like people try to not defend it, but just like, okay, what were they thinking? It's like they want to take more time off the clock. I'm like, well, then why did Russ throw the ball so fast? Like, scramble a little bit, go left, do something, throw the ball out of bounds, something like that, Yeah,
and I get it. That's probably the play design, whatever the case may be. It was a pick play basically that failed. But yeah, look, there's just so many things that they could have done. Marshawn run the ball with the middle, quarterback sneak. It's just because Russell Wilson is a mobile was a mobile quarterback.
Was that when we watched Russell Wilson?
Well, we did see him run a few times with the Giants this year. It didn't look too bad. There was one point where he was a leading rusher, which was very concerning.
We said that was a bad thing.
Yes, it was. Now, when Jackson Jarrett was a leading rusher, that's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Yes, sir. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But yeah, no, Patriots winning in snowy Denver. Just what a season for them. And I know we talked about Seattle and the season they had, but this was a remarkable year for the Patriots, right? So go from 4-13 last year. No one expected them to be in this position whatsoever. No.
My friend is a dire Patriots fan. Literally goes like, if we win 8 or 9 games this year and like contend for a playoff spot, this is a win this season's a major win.
Oh yeah. And they did a lot more than
They
that.
did a lot more than that.
Yes, and I get it. I get it. People were out there saying, "Oh, the Patriots had a cupcake schedule." I get that 1000%.
But they're also coming off 2 seasons of 4 wins.
Yeah, damn right. And you can't control who you play. You really can't.
No.
You really don't. Like look at the Giants, right? I remember before the season started, we complained about the Giants have the hardest schedule in the NFL. Why do they do this to us? Well, you know what? It is what it is. We can't
It's
control.
just the way the cookie crumbled.
Yeah, damn right. And for New England, fortunately, they had a pretty, easy schedule. I mean, all their opponents combined in terms of the record last year was really bad, and they were blessed with that easy schedule, and they made.
But like, there's also the stat that if the Patriots would have lost, there were 5 teams the Patriots prevented from being 500. I think it was the Dolphins and then the 3 NFC South teams.
So that shows that.
So they were all if the Patriots would have lost those games, those teams would have been 500. So instead of playing 500 or better teams, it would have doubled the number.
Yeah. So they did. Looking at it overall, they.
Yeah, you had the numbers alone make it look bad, but when you actually break it down and look at it, it's like, okay, maybe these are a bit misleading.
Good teams, yeah. So, and just because at the end of the day, just because it may sound like an easy schedule, that doesn't mean anything. Every team is. That's what they say. Any given Sunday, right? Any team is beatable. And New England, they what's it called? They played their games they did, and they dominated the way they did. And it is what it is. Now they didn't dominate the Broncos on Sunday, of course. Yeah, but like I said, I should say, whether it's the snow, the conditions, all those things, the defenses.
I think we could all be honest. If Bo Nix is in that game, we're talking about a Broncos Seahawks Super Bowl right now.
Oh yeah, and it's not like Jarrett didn't play bad. I mean,
he made some bonehead decisions.
Yeah,
that fumble. Bo Nix isn't making that fumble. It's stuff like that. It's they Stidham allowed the Patriots to hang around and get that blow at the last second.
Yeah, and look, it wasn't a surprise that Stidham played bad. I think everyone expected okay, the Broncos.
He came out firing. He hit that one throw. I'm like, oh, okay, Stidham. I'm sorry. And then he immediately proved why I shouldn't be sorry.
It reminds me of last year when the Broncos made the postseason and they were playing the Bills and Bo Nix hit Troy Franklin from the 80-yard touchdown pass. And everyone was like, oh, okay, Denver upset. And then the Bills took over.
Exactly.
Similar to this.
Very similar, yeah. It was the interception on the 4th and 1. It was not getting the other 4th. I think it was the same play. Not getting that. Yeah, it was the fumble. They could point out a bunch of different stuff.
Yeah, so Broncos fans, I'm sorry. The fate. Your fate had to end up this way, but you know what? It was it was an underdog story to say the least to see the Broncos make this far. But you know what? Sometimes
your future's bright with Bo Nix and Sean Payton at the helm. This is you'll be back next year.
Yeah, obviously, probably not the AFC Championship, but playoffs.
Possibly, I would rule them out for AFC Championship game. They could make it back. Hey. The defense stays as good as it is. They 100% could be back in that.
Defense is great, man. Pat, when you have, a top 5 corner and then a PS2, Patrick Surtain to be exact. And, was it Vic? No, it's not Vic Fangio. It's Vance Joseph to be exact.
Yeah.
No, wait, he may not be coming back actually. Right?
I think it's a head coaching job, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see about that. But overall, Denver's defense, an elite unit. Oh, Nick Benito, of course, we got to point out him because he's been a menace all year as well on the defensive line. So just overall, that Denver defense has been outstanding. And, like Brian said, we should expect them back next year to be dominant as well. And but at the end of the day, Patriots moving on. Ramondre Stevenson carrying the Patriots on the ground with 25 carries for 71 yards. Denver themselves just had 70 yards as a unit. On 22 carries. So Ramondre just basically having more rushing yards than the entire Denver offense is saying something. Total yards, 206 to 181 in favor of New England. Denver converting 2 turnovers to New England 0 with, Brian mentioning Stidham's fumble and his interception as well. And at the end of the day, the Patriots went from back-to-back 4-13 seasons to a 14-3 record and their 12th Super Bowl appearance. Denver who was second in the league against the run this year, with 91.1 yards per game allowed. They allowed over 160 yards per game in the postseason. So you could blame
Well, that was the
that
big
for
thing. The Patriots' most effective play was Drake Maye scrambling. They just got that's
Yes.
what caused a lot of the chunk games for New England was that.
Mhm. Yeah, I think we've seen a lot of Drake Maye running a lot.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of
Drake
Drake Maye
May's an
running this
underrated
postseason.
runner. Like coming into the season, like he was, I think in 2024, he had the 9th most rushing yards by a quarterback, or something, maybe 9th most rushing points by. It was something with like point. It was some fantasy stat where like Drake Maye was like actually an underrated dual threat option. We saw it this postseason. He has more rushing yards than Tom Brady did in the playoffs, and Brady played 40 games.
Yeah, and you want to like, you ask the average NFL fan, they're like, Drake Maye's a scrambler. Yeah, he can scramble a little bit.
He is.
He got some legs.
Like Dart should look at Drake Maye as how he should be. Like, yeah,
yes.
Drake Maye, you don't think of him as a scrambling quarterback, but you look at the box score and he's getting 40, 50 yards of rushing a game.
And we should fully expect that, to see that continue in the Super Bowl, I should say. Now, will he be scrambling all the time? Like, maybe, because that's
every game Drake Maye has had a rushing yard set at 28.5, and it's hit both times.
Yeah,
but I think he just missed it versus Houston, but against the Chargers he blew it away on one run, and against Denver he blew it away.
And I think Vegas knows about that, and now they're going to increase his line to like 30.
Oh yeah, it's going to be like honestly 35 this week, I think, for the Super Bowl.
But honestly, I think he passes that with ease. I really do.
Yeah, I'm still going to bet on it. It was such easy money to bet on.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, don't be like me betting on, bench players on the Miami Heat. I don't want to get into that because that pissed me off.
Hey, I did. I had a great weekend. I missed my first parlay because if the Patriots would have made the field goal at the half, it would have hit. I lost by half a point. The Patriots minus 3.5. And in the Seahawks, I hit because I had the Adams touchdown, Rashid Shaheed with a big gain, the over, and the Seahawks to win. Both hit.
No, there you go. So you got a dub. What's the term? You lost, but you won. You evened out. You broke even. I
broke even, but I won more than I bet.
There you go. Damn, that's a dub. I love it. Damn. Unlike me, which I didn't win crap whatsoever this weekend, but I digress. Because I bet on Tyler Higbee to get more than 12 receiving yards, and he finished with 12. Screw you, Higbee. Anyways, let's see. At the end of the day, so other than that, that's all I got. Patriots, Seattle.
Patriots are back. Patriots, Seahawks.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good game.
Early thoughts. You have any predictions?
I think Seattle's gonna roll in this game. That defense is so elite. Look, Drake Maye has played some tough defenses and looked good, but I think the Broncos kind of figured him out a little bit, and I think the Seahawks are gonna run a very similar play style. And then if we're being honest, Christian Gonzalez was kind of getting cooked by Cortland Sutton a little bit. He's going to go against JSN, who was a far better receiver than Sutton. I think he's going to have a problem. And I like Gonzo's a good corner. He's got a bright future in this league.
Oh, yeah.
I just think he needs a little more development, and then JSN is just gonna work him all game.
Yeah. I will say I do have New England winning. I don't know how they're going to do it. I think they will.
I mean, I don't blame you. Like it's just what New England does.
It's what they do. It's what they do. And Mike Vrabel will have his guys ready. He'll have that defense ready for sure as well. If there's any game for Sam Darnold, I don't mean to sound like a hater, but if there's any game that in which Sam Darnold will have a Sam Darnold type of game, it may be the big stage. But what I will make my prediction on is this. The halftime show may not be as bad as people think. Not a Bad Bunny fan whatsoever.
Why now? What was the announce that I missed?
Nothing. I just have a feeling.
Oh, all right.
I just thought they may not be as bad as people think.
Finally, be the halftime show that the NFL realizes they can't go for these niche guys anymore. They should just go for pop stars. They need someone that transcends generations.
Gotcha.
Bad Bunny only is like, younger millennials and Gen Z, I think, are Bad Bunny fans. They need someone that like me and you are gonna know and like, but our parents are also gonna know and like. They need the superstars. They can't have this like, oh, Bad Bunny, Kendrick Lamar. It's like, okay, anyone over the age of 50 doesn't know who those people are.
Yeah. Now Kendrick, I would say, yeah, I
Kendrick's is better. He probably transcends more, but like you hit a certain age, people know who Kendrick Lamar is.
Oh yeah. Now if you had it so with that factoring in, if you had to pick the halftime performer for this year, who would it be if Bad Bunny wasn't chosen? That would fit your criteria, I should say.
See, that's tough.
Because like you have to find someone that both the old
you need to look into it a little bit. But like I think Green Day could do it. I know they're going to do the pregame show, but I think they could transcend because everyone knows like American Idiot. Everyone knows Waking Up When September Ends. They know those songs. You don't know those songs?
No, I do not. Yeah, see, I don't think. Yeah, honestly, I think you mentioned. Yeah, I don't know who the hell Green Day is. Holy crap, this is terrible. See, so this is a great example, I think, of like, okay, and maybe it's just because of my lack of knowledge overall, but it's like, I don't think you're never gonna make everyone happy.
No, it's not be perfect, but you need to find the Michael Jackson. You need to find the Prince. You need to find like that person. The Springsteen.
Yeah, I think that's dead though. I don't think you're ever gonna find that type of person anymore.
Yeah,
like
true.
They're always gonna. The NFL is always gonna go towards someone that the younger generation does know.
Yeah,
like they don't really have a care for like.
Right, but I also don't think you can't alienate the older generation on top of it.
Oh yeah, and I know that
I think Bad Bunny kind of does.
Yeah, and I'm sure the NFL like they knew they couldn't alienate the older generation, but at the same time, it's like they're not gonna pick some like old, quote unquote old, band or artist or whatever the case may be. Now when the news was announced, holy crap, that Bad Bunny was performing, I was like, I mean, there were other candidates, especially for the Super Bowl being in the West Coast as it was, but
yeah.
Plus, with the stuff going around outside the sports world in regards to, stuff in regards to, that particular group that's
New topic. New topic.
Yes.
New topic.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm not talking about it. I'm just saying, like, with that in, just in mind, it's like maybe I digress. The point is, after giving it some thought, I'm just like, may not be a bad, it may not be a bad halftime show as we think. But I am super excited though for the commercials, of course.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, Sabrina Carpenter is going to be in a Pringles commercial, which is I'm very excited for, because of my adoration for Miss Carpenter and her music, which is weird to say because I'm a guy, but that's okay. Let's see, what am I missing here? Yeah, otherwise, yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to towards Super Bowl 2 weeks from now. So we'll have to wait until then to see who comes out with the Lombardi Trophy. But at least we get to watch the Pro Bowl this weekend.
No, the Pro Bowl is an absolute joke, and the NFL.
Oh, come on! You don't think Shadur Sanders deserved this?
No, he shouldn't, because he threw more interceptions than touchdowns.
No, real question though. Do you think they asked like Cam Ward at least before they?
No, I really think they pictured her.
No, come on,
it's a publicity stunt.
That's ridiculous, man. There were so many quarterbacks that was better than Shadur, and that's coming from me.
I know. People are actually online news. It's like, oh look at Shadur silencing the haters. It's like, you people don't watch.
It's the Pro Bowl.
It's like, A, you people have no idea what you're talking about. You're just banging the drum for Shadur Sanders for some reason. And B, look at his numbers. There are a ton of quarterbacks better than that.
They were looking at the list, the NFL. It's like, okay, let's see. They can't. So no Josh Allen, no Mahomes. Drake Maye going to the Super Bowl. Okay, Shadur Sanders. He was like the seventh alternate option.
He's a big enough name that might drag some eyeballs to this dead event that should just end.
It really should. There's so many.
The only All-Star game worth anything is baseball's because it takes place in the summer where nothing else is going on.
And they're pretty competitive because they want to hit dingers.
You can play baseball and be competitive and not have to worry about hurting yourself. Like the NBA does not take their All-Star game seriously at all.
Oh.
Hockey is meh. The Four Nations thing was cool. I wish they did that instead of All-Star game, but you can't do that every year.
Mm-hmm.
And the Pro Bowl, no one wants to get hurt, so no one's playing.
Yeah.
Now doing flag football. I'm not watching flag football.
That's true. I will say, in regards to the NBA, the dunk, the 3-point
dunk contest fell off too. It was
true.
Cool a couple of years ago. Now it's just
because there's like, what can you do that's new and won't get yourself hurt?
They've run out of ideas. Exactly.
Yeah, it's tough. 3-point contest is always fun though. They are mixing it up this year in regards to the All-Star game, and it's going to be USA versus the world, which is going to be fun to see.
That's fun too, but they're not going to play defense in the fourth quarter.
That's true. Yeah. So,
but they literally were just 2 years ago. It was Jaylen Brown and oh my God, why am I blank? Tatum, and they were just playing 1-on-1 with each other. Everyone watching at one point.
Yeah.
I'm like, how is this entertaining for anybody that's not a Celtic fan?
Really
and even Celtics fans probably think this is stupid.
Yeah. They've tried so many things to fix the All-Star game, and maybe they fix it this year with the USA versus the world. But like you mentioned, at the end of the day, it's just
you have a problem with players wanting to compete in the regular season. Now we're going to play an All-Star game.
Fair. I will say the NBA does need to go back to its regular fixing its award eligibility requirements, because the fact that
they got to kill load management. Listen, I'm not saying you got to play 82 games a year, but like you also can't sit for more than 20.
You got to fix load management, but while also not having that factored into the awards, because it's like you can't control injuries, and because of the injuries that are going on, whoever wins MVP is someone that we may not really expect to win it, but that's because the usual candidates can't because of the games they've missed. I think Jokic, he can't win MVP anymore because of the amount of games he's missed. Who else? What's another example? Did Luka? No, Luka's fine for now, I think. Anyways, I digress. Well, it's not an NBA show, but y'all get what I mean. But yeah, no. And in regards to the Pro Bowl, look, I don't know. I don't know how to fix it. I really don't.
There is no fix.
Like you mentioned, just put it away. Do something. I don't know what you would do to replace it. I really don't.
Skills competition.
Yeah, because you can't really get hurt, or you can obviously if it's like a 40-yard dash, you could tweak a hamstring, but like.
Yeah, but if you tweak your hamstring in January, I don't think you'll have much problem in July.
You'll be fine recovering.
If you tweak your hamstring in January, you have problems in July, you didn't rehab right.
Exactly. So there are ways to fix it. Will it be a complete rejuvenation of the Pro Bowl weekend with the skills competition? Maybe not, but it's a start. So maybe NFL should consider it. We'll see what they do. There's no change. It just seems like there's no changes coming anytime soon, but we will see. Yeah. Giants coaching staff taking shape.
Sure.
We're literally just waiting.
Welcome.
Yes. Very excited to see him be at the new DC. He does have his staff around him. We're just missing a defensive back coach. Before we get to the Giants, though, Brian Dable, with the Bills job going to Joe Brady. So the Bills staying in-house. Dable is going to Tennessee, which is good, good to see.
Good for Dable. I think he's having a lot of success with Cam Ward. I think he's going to be major for Cam Ward's development.
I do, too.
But, man, Buffalo with Joe Brady,
honestly,
we couldn't hire anyone else.
I know. I do kind of like it though. They're staying in house. He's familiar with Josh Allen, familiar with the Bills organization.
Right, but here's the thing: if you wanted to shake things up and you fire Sean McDermott to shake things up, why are you bringing his OC? Bring in someone from the outside of the organization. That's the shakeup.
You know what? I think they were kind of stuck just a little bit. I
I can
like
see it. That makes total. If they're stuck, that makes sense.
because of what happened with the press conference and the owner and the GM. So
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like if I was a head coaching candidate, right, and I heard what they had to say about like blaming the coaching staff or
Yeah.
blaming McDermott for the drafting of Keon Coleman, I'd be like, okay, so you're telling me if I do something wrong, if things go wrong, you're gonna blame me and not take ownership on yourself. Yeah, no, like I would I'd be pissed. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think they were kind of stuck with just staying in house and getting Brady. Of course, they could have gotten Dable, because he interviewed with them as well. But
it's kind of a similar thing with Dable too. Only you saw him be a head coach and fail.
yeah, and it's
It was
like,
this guy's a failed head coach and he's a McDermott disciple. So we're pretty much not shaking anything up.
yeah, and of course, like you mentioned, the Brady hire still does not shake anything up whatsoever.
No.
But we'll see what happens, if how that helps them or doesn't help them in any way next year. But I don't think it's as bad as people seem. I just, like you mentioned, there were better candidates out there, but I digress.
I mean, if anyone's a problem right now, it's the Browns. Everyone's just dropping out on them.
Oh yeah, no, dude, no one wants to coach the Cleveland Browns.
Because they're making everyone do homework. They're making them write essays. What are you doing? Are you that stupid?
College. This is like college all over again. It seems like,
God,
no, but
they're such a stupid organization run by absolute buffoons.
Dude, yeah, if Todd Monken gets the job there, good luck to you, really.
God
but
bless.
You're making a bet. You have a chance to work with not only your fellow colleague again in Harbaugh, but you get to work with a promising young quarterback and an organization that's known for being run well, erasing this past decade.
Yeah.
Cleveland has been bad ever since they
came back into existence in 99.
Yes.
The new iteration of the Cleveland Browns, not the one that moved to Baltimore.
Yeah. Not the old ones that were winning championships and whatnot and stuff.
Yeah, they won 10 straight titles.
Yeah, that's impressive, to say the least.
Mm-hmm. Otto Graham.
That's a name.
That's their quarterback. Sir. The quarterback that won 10 straight championships.
Yes,
Granted,
sir.
7 of them were AFL championships, but still. No, they were not AFL, whatever the other rival league was at the time. Like the ACCA, something like that.
A championship is a championship.
They won 7, they came to the NFL and won 3 more. It's impressive.
Yes, sir. Yep. And now they're just bad.
But,
yeah. But yeah, let's go over the Giants coaching staff. Because we'll start with the offense. Willie Taggart was hired as the running backs coach. We're still waiting for an OC, of course, Todd Monken. Hey, we're waiting for you, buddy. Come on. Just don't even take the Cleveland job. Just come over here, and that way we can get the ship, going. But we're still waiting for an OC, quarterback coach, receiver coach, O-line coach. Tight ends coach is going to be Tim Kelly, back with the Giants. Nothing wrong with it. I mean, he was the OC for the interim OC when Mike Kafka got promoted to interim head coach last season, or this past season, I should say. So he's back with the Giants. So I'm surprised that he's back, but not sure what Harbaugh saw in him. But it's good to see some familiar faces, I should say. But defensively, outside of Charlie Bullen, who is back as the outside linebackers coach, not that I also wonder why he's back, because he did do a pretty good job as being the interim DC for the Giants. And I'm sure Brian Burns and Abdul Carter gave their best words or best recommendations about him to Harbaugh and the Giants. And whatnot. So good to see him back. But Dennard Wilson is the new DC. Dennis Johnson, the new DL, defensive line coach. Assistant linebackers coach is Matt Pease. And we're still waiting for a DB coach, but we also have our new special teams coach, which is Chris Horton. So we'll go over each coach in summary, I guess. We'll start with Taggart, the running backs coach. Longtime head coach at Western Kentucky, my friend, from 2010. No, he was not only the head coach at Western Kentucky, but was also a head coach for USF, Oregon, Florida State, and Florida Atlantic. He was about to join Colorado in 2022 after the 2022 season with Deion Sanders at Colorado, but said no and joined John Harbaugh in Baltimore after that 2022 season. Spent 3 seasons in Baltimore, was the assistant head coach in 2025, and when he joined Baltimore, running backs have had quite some success over there.
You don't say.
No, well, it helps when you have Derrick Henry, but Tiger did a heck of a job there. In 2024, running backs led the NFL in yards per rush, rushes of 20 plus yards, top 5 in rushing yards, scrimmage yards, total touchdowns, and in rushing touchdowns as well. In 2025, success was pretty much the same. The rushing offense was actually second best in the NFL, first in rushing yards per attempt, and third in rushing touchdowns with 23. He was reportedly being interviewed for the offensive coordinator job, but barring any crazy situations in which Monken doesn't come to the Giants, he will remain the running backs coach.
Yeah, so they're just getting their guy in the building, and then from there we'll see.
So excited for Taggart to see what he can do. But of course, the big move for the Giants was Dennard Wilson. Very respected. There's a lot of good things I've seen on social media about him and reports overall when it comes to Dennard Wilson. A very respected coordinator who was with Harbaugh as the DB's coach in Baltimore in 2023. He spent the last 2 years as the Titans DC. Let's just erase last year or this past season for the Titans because the defense was terrible. But then again, there's just a lack of talent on that defense. It's to the point where it's like it's not really Wilson's fault. But for those who remember Wink Martindale, I do have some good news for you. Wilson is basically Wink Martindale.
Okay, so we're on a lot of zone defense.
Yeah, that's it. Because Wilson, he has an attacking philosophy, preaches violence at the point of attack, which I love, of course. Smart blitzes, gap integrity. We know how important that is in the running game, and he preaches that, of course. For those who wanted a 4-3 defense, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was the one thing I was a little disappointed about. Is he's not a 4-3 guy. Yeah. But like even like they're like they're basically a 3-4, but they run a lot of 2-4-5. Is what he says.
Yes, a lot
like,
of
okay. So that maybe you could still move a guy out there.
Yeah, base 3-4 defense with the nickel and dime set. So we could see them changing things up and whatnot. The only thing about Wilson is that run defense has been a bit of a concern since his time as the DC. Then again, let's be honest. Anything's better than Shane Bowen. Like, come on.
That's not saying much.
I know, but anything is better than that. And I will mention the defensive line coach that was hired may hide the weaknesses of Dennard Wilson's defense. But we'll get there in a second. During his first year in Tennessee as the DC, the Titans were second overall in total defense, second in passing defense, and fifth, and allowed the 5th fewest first downs per game, which is pretty good. In 2023 with Baltimore, when he was the DB coach, of course, working together with Harbaugh and defensive coordinator at the time, Mike Macdonald, who we just talked about with Seattle being the Super Bowl. They were first in points allowed, 6th overall in yards, 6th in passing defense, 1st in sacks, and 3rd in interceptions. And for those who want Caleb Downs, hi. This is going to be a great fit because what Dennard Wilson did as the DB's coach with Kyle Hamilton was outstanding. He was an All-Pro and Pro Bowler back in 2023 with 75 tackles, 3 sacks, and 4 interceptions. So imagine what Dennard Wilson can do with Caleb Downs will be drafted at 5. It's going to be fun. Also, Wilson had success with the Eagles in 21 and 22 as the DB coach there as well. So, I'm very excited for this hire. I really am. I like it. I have a good feeling. Have a good feeling. I didn't have this feeling when Bowen was hired, but what?
But I think it's also like we trust Harbaugh more. Like he's a smart guy. He's going to bring in smart assistants. I think Wilson fits that scheme.
He's creating a heck of a staff, and like I said, the finishing touch is just Monken coming over to be the OC. We're just waiting on him. But so far, and a good staff so far. I'm a very confident staff that he's having or that he's creating here in New York.
I mean, we gotta be a lot better than Steelers fans. I mean, McCarthy's just
what goodness,
horrific. Like just keep Tomlin at that point.
We didn't even talk about that. Yeah, you know, I completely forgot about that. Part of me feels like it's because they want Rodgers back.
See, here's the thing. There were reports that Rodgers hated McCarthy in Green Bay. Like that argue like I like vaguely remember that. And I asked my Packer, I'm like, didn't Rodgers hate McCarthy? He's like, I'm pretty sure he hated him.
Yeah, not as much.
All
as
right, I'm not crazy. Wasn't making up this story.
Yeah, not as much as LaFleur.
No,
but there was some dislike. But you're bringing a familiar face for Rodgers. Maybe that helps him in his decision to come
but you
back
have
for
to
a year.
think past this year.
Yeah,
though, is the problem. Like, cool, you got 1 year of Rodgers. What you gonna do in the next few years? Because McCarthy's demonstrated he can't win without Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, he wins just like Tomlin. He wins in the regular season. When it comes to
but
postseason,
Tomlin's a better coach than McCarthy. It should just kept him.
I get it. No, 100% I agree. They're similar coaches. They win in the regular season, they go to the playoffs, and then it's one and done. And honestly, there's I do feel bad for Steelers fans just a little bit.
Because this is a moment that they could like pivot. Like finally, we could bring in someone new and fresh.
Yeah,
fresh
a young face. They interviewed Jesse Minter.
Yeah, Jesse Minter, Krishula, all these great candidates, and then you go for a retread who's like probably his stock is at the lowest of lows right now with him.
Yeah, it's not the best decision per se.
No.
But you know what?
This is what we were afraid that the Giants were gonna do. Was this?
Yeah. And we almost did though. According to Ian O'Connor.
That, yes.
Yeah. Out of all people, though, really, Shane, Darren Rizzi.
Yeah,
did we not?
That was Joe Judge 2.0. Is what that would have been.
Thank you. Oh my God, they literally are the same person. Because Rizzi, for those who don't know, he was known for chewing out one of his players because look. There's nothing wrong with coaches chewing out players. Let me get that straight real quick. But
there's a time and place for it.
There's a time and place, and the way it was shown on TV, it's just.
Blown away by him. Gettleman was blown away. That's literally why they hired Joe Judge, because Gettleman was blown away by his interview.
I know. I'm thinking to myself, because we talked, there were so many candidates on the Giants list. So many candidates. And you're telling me out of everyone, it was oh my God. Thank God, John Harbaugh. Thank God you became available, because if you were still in Baltimore or you went somewhere else, we'd be stuck with Darren freaking Rizzi. Oh God.
No, that would have been a blow the team up.
That would have done it. I'm telling you right now, there was no, until we saw it on the field, there was no way we were gonna sit on this show for the next 6 months and get ourselves excited for Darren Rizzi to be the head coach.
Yeah, no matter it would have been like this is a disaster.
No matter who they brought in,
absolute disaster.
Yeah, because no matter who he brought in as assistant coaches, there's just no way I would have been. I can't believe it. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just picturing myself, or picturing in an alternate universe where we're sitting here on this show, like. Darren Rizzi, the new Giants head coach.
No, there would be no excitement. It would have been like, this team is officially broken. The ownership has to sell. It would have been big things.
Dude,
would have come for it. It would have been like the Giants have now reached a new low. They are officially an embarrassment. More embarrassment than they were. They've dropped a level.
No doubt about it. And thank God we did not hire him as the special teams coordinator either. The one that I'm going to mention shortly. He has quite a resume. But real quick, we'll go through the D-line coach. Dennis Johnson, front seven specialist, who was the D-line coach for Baltimore since 2024, was at Baylor from 2020 to 2023. Before that, he has he comes with an emphasis on run defense. So which that will kind of hide the weaknesses that come with Dennard Wilson's defense. So that will help there. Assistant linebackers coach Matt Pease, last season, I should say, was his first year as the assistant linebackers coach. 6 years of NFL experience. And it was kind of interesting. In 2024, serving as the defensive analyst advanced / special projects coach with the Bears. He oversaw the NFL's second best red zone touchdown efficiency defense. And I know that's a lot to say.
What does that mean?
They were really good in regards to not allowing touchdowns.
Okay, that's what I thought it meant, but I'm like, does that mean that Bears defense was really good at getting touchdowns in the red zone? Like, how does that happen?
It's just a simple, a long way of saying.
Can we simplify words, please? We don't need these long titles. We need simple things.
Yeah, well, I'm just stating what
he
I
was
saw.
He was a defensive assistant. That's what he did.
Yeah. Well, he does. Yeah. I don't know why I
A
said it like that.
A charge of red zone defenses. There we go.
There you go. They just want to give all these fancy names and whatnot. It is what it is. But the special teams coordinator, his name is Chris Horton, NFL's one of the NFL's most respected assistants out there. Spent 12 seasons in Baltimore, constantly having elite special teams units, multiple Pro Bowlers on that side of the ball, whether it was Justin Tucker or Devin Duvernay, serving as a returner. Preaches disciplined coverage, explosive returns, and schematic creativity. Did you know he was a former Giant, actually? Signed in March of 2012 as a veteran safety. He was part of that 90-man offseason roster, and then he was cut.
Oh, 2012 is, yeah.
Yeah. So, short term as a Giant, but once a Giant, always a Giant. So, welcome back to Jersey, good sir.
Yeah, I guess.
Entered the NFL in 2014, the NFL coaching ranks to be exact, through the internship program, worked with the outside linebackers in Baltimore before shifting to special teams, and then was the assistant special teams coach from 2015 to 2018 before becoming the official special teams coach. After that, the unit was frequently in the top 10, top 3 often in Football Outsiders DVOA metrics. Another complicated term, but that I'll explain right now. DVOA stands for Defensive Adjusted Value Over Average, which is an advanced NFL metric that measures a team, players, or unit's efficiency on every single play compared to a league's average baseline, adjusted for factors like down, distance, field position, and opponent strength.
Yeah.
To keep it simple.
Look, I'm an analytics guy, but like some of these football analytics are just jokes. The only sport analytics makes sense is in baseball because everything you can count in that sport.
Yes.
It's a counting sport. Everything is like, all right, it's actually like all the analytics, when you break them down, is just like a bunch of like normal stats mushed together.
Mm-hmm. Now football.
Not football.
No, sir. But if you want the simple term, it's all you need to know. When Chris Horton was the special teams coach, Baltimore excelled in punt returns, kick coverage, and punting. So, not to say our special teams coordinator was he was okay, Mahogany or whatever his name was, McCartney, whatever.
He was,
But you know what, Horton,
he wasn't Chase Blackburn.
No, sir. No,
costing
sir.
The Rams a trip to Super Bowl 60. I know Blackburn was fired, but the point stands.
Yeah. Crazy, isn't it? Because he was pretty good.
He had the interception in Super Bowl 46 against Gronk.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir, he did. Just not a good coordinator. Sorry, Blackburn. But, those are your hires for the Giants coaching staff so far. And there's still a lot more a lot more positions to be filled. And we'll go over those names as they get hired. But a good start to the offseason for New York. And, there's still players to be signed, coaches to be hired.
We're a long way.
Yes, sir. So, all righty. Before we go, we got to go to you for some baseball talk, my friend, because we got Harrison Bader, former Met, former Philly, going to the West Coast, start joining the SF Giants. Any quick thoughts on that before we get to Craig Kimbrell?
I like the move. We get a center fielder. He's a good defensive guy. He got some speed, a little bit of pop in that bat. I love it. Love that move for them.
Yeah. Honestly, the Phillies should have possibly brought him back.
The Mets, before the Mets traded for Robert, there was rumors that there may be a Bader reunion with the Mets as well. But I rather take my chances on Robert. The upside is so much higher than Robert.
Yeah,
Robert's worst version is probably a little bit worse than Bader.
Yeah, and the bat's a little bit better too. So
yeah.
So, but yeah, Craig Kimbrell, my friend. How about it?
I mean, a guy that terrorized Met fans for years. Even when he was out of Atlanta, he terrorized Met fans in San Diego. If you don't know, he was the pitcher during that rain delay game in 2015. It's a minor league deal. I doubt he pitches the whole season for us, but I expect him to make the open day roster. I expect him to pitch some quality innings in like April and May and maybe into June until his arm kind of gives out. But listen, a low risk. He still strikes out guys at a high rate. He might have lost a little bit of speed in that fastball, but he makes up for it. He added a changeup. He started to use his knuckle curve and sweeper more. I like it. I liked taking a flyer on a guy who's a 9-time All-Star.
Yeah. Veteran guy. Known for a little hawk pose or whatever you want to call it. I don't
even know. Yeah, whatever it is.
Yeah, but we should be seeing a lot of Mets fans doing that pose. That sit behind the plate and whatnot. So it'll be fun to see him back in the major leagues.
I don't know. That's what teams did to terrorize him. So I don't know if Met fans going to be doing that to him.
I thought it was. I thought all the home fans did it. Or
nope.
Oh, really?
No, it's a way to make fun of him.
Oh, so I looked at it all wrong.
Yeah.
Well then. Yay! I just threw everything off, I guess. But more importantly, I heard that Bo Bichette looking pretty good at their base, according to what I've been reading. So
yeah, he's looking decent. But listen, taking ground balls is a lot different than actual fielding.
Action.
Yeah. We'll wait and see on that one.
We'll come back on this take when we see Bo Bichette commit 5 errors. I'm kidding. He's not going to do that. Well, hey, I'm an A's fan, so there's nothing you can do to harm me as an A's fan. There's really nothing. I mean, what?
Yeah, you guys gonna be out of it by September?
Oh no, August. Come on now, buddy. Don't give us that much credit. Hey, don't be surprised if the A's go 81-81. I know.
All right.
I'm not asking for much. I really not. Just please give us a winning season and I don't mean to be a hater, but can we have less of it? He sends a long one deep to left field and gone. Bless her heart, man. She's a great person. I know
she's trying. She's doing her hardest.
Yeah, Jenny Kavner, she's great. There's certain times and places for certain calls, and that call was just not good. But anyways, that'll do it for season 3, episode 73 of the 3rd and 10 podcast. A lot of fun. We covered all the conference championship games that occurred on Sunday. Talk about the Giants coaching staff. Talk about some baseball talk. And Thursday, I don't know what we're gonna talk about yet. I mean, there's no NFL games this weekend. Unless you want to.
We're not talking about the Pro Bowl.
We could give our best prop bets for the Pro Bowl. Over under 4.
No. If you're betting on the Pro Bowl, call the hotline.
No, but come on.
That was the best when Graham Gano got. Remember a couple of weeks ago, the story broke that Graham Gano was getting death threats from gamblers. Someone tweeted. Someone responded and goes, "If you're betting on Graham Gano, you need to call the hotline."
Yeah.
I'm like, that's the funniest thing I've ever read. I'm now going to use call the hotline for stupid bets.
I mean, I remember at one point during the season, I forgot what game it was.
1-800-GAMBLER.
There was a point in the season where I saw Young Wei Koo's kicking props up, and my finger almost pressed the over on field goals made. And then I realized, what am I doing?
Yeah.
I'm on a kicker? Am I going to be mad at a kicker?
Listen, you can bet kickers. Brandon Audrey, that's a great bet. Tyler
great
Luke,
option.
Great bet.
Yes.
Graham Gano, are you kidding me?
Young Wei Koo, Ben Sauls.
Ben Sauls actually might have proven himself a little bit.
Well, yeah, sure. But, just wouldn't be a first option. No, sir.
No.
But, if you're out there wanting to bet on over 4.5 dodgeballs hit to the other team by the NFC or the AFC winning the tug-of-war contest in less than 10 seconds.
Again, if you or someone you love has a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Yes, sir.
If you're betting on that stuff, please.
Yes. There are plenty of other sports to bet on. Basketball.
Yeah, basketball and hockey, regular seasons will still be going on. Go bet normal stuff. Don't bet nonsense.
Yeah. Women's basketball. There's the Unrivaled League out there. Bet on that maybe.
Bet on the indoor golf thing. That's better than
cricket.
I was watching some of that. That stuff's kind of electric.
Soccer.
They had a Last of Us hole. I'm like, what are we doing here?
Okay, wait. What's the name of the league again you just said?
What?
The league that you just mentioned?
Some indoor golf league. I don't know what it's called.
What's it called? No.
I was watching at a restaurant the other night. I'm like, this is God.
I just I don't know how to feel. It's an indoor golf thing.
Yeah, but man, it's something.
It's low-key borderline. Call it a hotline if you're betting. Just a little bit.
FanDuel's running it, so
never mind. I take everything back. If FanDuel's run, I don't know how to feel. The point is, there's plenty of stuff y'all could bet on. That's not the Pro Bowl. So please
don't watch the Pro Bowl. If you want the Pro Bowl to end, do not watch it.
I will. Was it Sunday? Is that what it is?
I don't even know when it is.
Oh boy! So we don't know when it is.
It's my job to follow the NFL. I can't even tell you when the Pro Bowl is.
Fantastic.
I think it's I'm gonna guess Sunday at like 3.
Great. So it's available for those to watch on ABC, ESPN, and I think Disney
XD.
I love Disney XD. That's where I got all my shows, like Kicking It and Lab Rats and all the. I'm going too far. We'll need to end it here. You can follow us on social media as always. You can follow me at Nathan_Nguyen24. You can follow Brian at BrianPG1016 on TikTok and Twitter as well. You can follow our podcast page at 3rd and 10 Podcast on the TikTok and 3rd and 10 Pod on the Twitter and the Instagram.
They don't even have the time listed on the Wikipedia page.
Yeah, but that's Wikipedia. Like, how much are you going to trust Wikipedia?
You should have the time on there when the game starts. That's basic information. Well, they tell you what they have the whole roster, what channel it's going to be on, but they don't have time.
Yeah, I can't find it anywhere either. So, oh yeah, starting at around 6:30 EST with the game at 8 p.m. EST.
Oh my God, they put it on primetime? That thing's going to be obliterated.
At the Moscone Center in SF. Oh, I forget it's in the... I should go.
What the hell is the Moscow Center?
You don't know, but it's in SF. I don't know where it is either, but it's in SF. I should go. It's literally in California. I wonder how the
total. Yeah, Belly Up will pay for your trip for that. Otherwise, how about you just light a pile of money on fire? Because that's probably right. It would get you more use. The heat from the fire would get you more use than any entertainment that game gives you.
Hey, you're right. I should get Belly Up. Blaine.
Yeah, call Blaine. That'd be a great phone call.
Blaine. Mike. What's going on, fellas? Can I get a...
I could hear them laughing.
Oh, come on. I think it'll be fun to get some Belly Up cover. Oh, and for those of you who don't have ESPN or Disney XD, if you have an NFL Plus subscription, you can watch it as well.
I hope 8 people watch this thing.
I will be. You know what? I will be one of those 8 people. You know what? Yeah. I will watch it. Because why not? Oh, Travis Kelce topped the fan voting.
That's why this thing sucks.
Well, maybe because it was deserved.
It was all the Swifties.
We don't know that.
I know that.
Josh Allen ranked 2nd overall. Drake Maye, Caleb Williams, and Kevin Byard.
If you are an NFL fan, you watched Travis Kelce this year and tell me he was the most deserving player of a Pro Bowl appearance. If you believe that, get yourself a Chuck E. Cheese application. Shout out Guru Gruff on TikTok. Great guy.
He finished with 420,383 votes. The next closest was Josh Allen with 263,000. So,
yeah, he finished with 200,000 more votes. Those were Swifties.
Like I said, could be deserved. He didn't.
No, it's not deserved.
Okay, listen. I'm trying my best to defend Kelce. He did have a better year compared to last year.
That's not saying much.
I know.
Last year was pretty bad too.
Yeah. Kelce, thank you for your service. Just go retire. Please just focus on the podcast with your brother. Get married to Swift and
go have a bunch of like superhuman babies.
I'm sorry. I just thought to myself, will their kid be an athlete or a singer?
Probably both.
No, please, dude, this is not High School Musical. We're all in this together.
All right.
We need to stop. My money's on it. Yeah, my money's on them being on the kid being a singer. Sorry, I don't think they're gonna create some like football project, but we'll see.
I know this was a few months ago now when she said when they announced their marriage thing. when your English teacher marries your the gym teacher. A, that actually happened to me in middle school. Shout out the Rhinuses. And B, wouldn't it be the music teacher, not the English teacher? Wouldn't she be the music teacher?
Ah.
Right?
You wanna go tell that to the
I'll tell that straight to their face. Wouldn't she be the music teacher?
they're gonna figure out a way to be like, no, because
Because Taylor's just God and she can't do anything wrong.
sorry. You know what I'll always remember? The story of you talking about how a Swiftie or some Swiftie was like wearing underwear that soaks up all the piss so that
A diaper. A diaper.
Thank you. Why did I make that so complicated?
I want a diaper.
On that note,
Goodbye. Goodbye,
we hope
everyone.
you guys have a
Goodbye.
great one.
Follow
Thank
us
you
or don't follow us. I don't
Yeah.
care. That's fine.
Shout out to our sponsor, SeatGeek. And we'll see you guys on Friday for our next episode, which I don't know what the heck we're going to talk about. Maybe more stuff like this. Who knows? Bye, guys. Thank you very much.